What is happiness? Can we always stay happy? Is it possible to remain happy all the time, no matter the circumstances? If you want to learn this magic, watch this video till the end. By the time this video finishes, you will understand the secret to happiness. Once upon a time in a small village, there lived an old woman. She was kind, wise, and always cheerful. Nearly everyone in the village loved her dearly. People often came to her for advice or to talk about their problems. One day, a young man from the village asked her, "Mother, I have always seen you smiling and happy. No matter what happens, you never seem sad. How do you manage to stay so happy? Do you never feel bad? When things go wrong, don't you feel sorrow?" The old woman smiled and gently replied, "My child, life is never the same. Ups and downs keep coming. Some days are good and some are bad. But I have learned that happiness has nothing to do with these days. Happiness comes from within, not from the things around us." The young man was surprised and said, "What do you mean? I don't understand. When everything is going wrong, how can someone stay happy?" The old woman smiled again and said, "Let me tell you a story from my life. When I was young, I had a lovely home. I had a family, my husband and my children. We were not rich, but we were happy. Then came a time when my husband fell ill. We didn't have much money, but we did everything possible to get him treated. However, he did not recover, and one day he left this world. That was the saddest day of my life. It felt as if my whole world had collapsed. I cried a lot. I was heartbroken. I thought I would never be happy again." The young man listened carefully. The old woman continued her story. "After some time, I realized that staying sad forever would not bring my husband back. My children were still young. They needed me. I had to live for them. I had to find a way to be happy. So I started looking at life differently. I understood that good and bad moments will always come, but I decided that I would not let the bad moments take away my happiness." The young man, still amazed, asked, "But how did you do that?" The old woman smiled and said, "Every morning when I wake up, I tell myself, today is a new day. There will be good moments and bad moments, but I will only focus on finding happiness, and I always find it. Some days are difficult, but I always find something that makes me happy, no matter how small it is. Maybe the sun is shining beautifully, maybe a flower has bloomed, or maybe I meet a good friend. My child, remember this. There is always something in life to be grateful for." The young man thought for a moment and then asked, "But what if something really bad happens? How do you stay happy then?" The old woman replied, "It's not easy. It's never easy. But I remind myself that everything in life passes. Bad times do not last forever. When something bad happens, I tell myself, this time will pass too. Be patient. This too shall pass. And every day I try to learn something new, think something new, do something new." Happiness is not about waiting for life to be perfect. It's about finding joy in the little things and being grateful for what we have.